All right, so we watched every video. We've read every blog, seen everything there is to see, and it's time. It's time to do it ourselves. We've been planning this for 3 years.
Yes, and today we leave everything behind and we'll be embarking on a journey of a lifetime. Follow us as we travel around the world with a sailboat, sharing all our knowledge along the way, every detail, every moment, good or bad.
We also want your help, so let us know, is there a better way? Let's do it together. So, welcome to Dummy's Guide to Sailing Around the World with Sailing Hugo. Okay, few rules. Rule number 1, we won't leave anything out. Good or bad, you'll get to see it. Rule number 2, we're beginners at this, so all this is really meant for other beginners just like us that have never done this before.
And if you're a pro, please go easy on us and don't be shy.
I think that was rule number 3.
Oh yes, it is. And rule number 4, we want to bring you content that you want to watch. So let us know what you want to watch and we'll include it. Again, good or bad.
And last rule, we'll keep it short. We won't bore you with long half-an-hour episodes. So every single one of our episodes, we promise, we'll make it under 10 minutes. Everybody loves steps.
Step number 1, should we get a new boat or a second-hand boat?
We live in Sydney, Australia, and here boats are very expensive. So we figured, why buy a boat from here? Why not go elsewhere where they're a bit cheaper? It doesn't really matter where we live from. So we looked around, and Europe seems to be the place. It's the mecca of the sailing world, has the biggest choice, and it was a natural choice for us to go and look there. Now, second-hand boat seems like a good idea. It seems like it's got value, but you just don't know what you're getting. Like, you don't know whose troubles you're buying. And issue with YouTube is that you only see the success stories. You don't see the bad stuff, but you just have to dig a little bit deeper and you'll find some horror stories that will turn you off buying a boat forever. So for us, it wasn't really a choice. I mean, we're not do-it-yourself boaties. We're not handy with repairs. We don't know. So we had to buy a new boat. So off to the boat show we went.
Step number 2, choose the boat.
So, I don't know if you ever went to Yacht World and started dreaming and looking at boats. It's pretty much our life been for the last 3 years, but what you'll notice is that sometimes second-hand boats actually are listing more for than the new boats. Like, figure, why is that? How is that possible? And it turns out there's actually 3 reasons for this. The first reason is options. You can buy a boat that has more options than the cost of the boat. You you can buy a boat with no options and it'll be half the price. So that's the first reason why some boats are so expensive. Second reason is tax. If you buy a boat in Europe and you're planning to keep it there, you're paying 20% tax. Now, naturally, someone's trying to sell that boat, they're going to want that 20% back. And third reason is location where you pick it up from. If you pick up a boat in Europe, it's going to be a lot cheaper than if you pick up a boat in US or Australia, for that matter.
So we figured, why not pick up the boat direct from the factory? Go easy on the options and don't stay in Europe for too long.
With that in mind, you can pick up a brand new 35-foot ocean-going sailboat for less than 100,000 euros with 2 bedrooms, kitchen, fridge, stove, bathroom, water tanks, engine, all of that. I mean, what else do you need? So Flagstaff from Sydney here was kind enough to lend us a 35-foot Beneteau Oceanis 35 to show you guys.
This can handle 10-meter waves?
Well, the way that they rate boats in Europe is through a category system, and this boat is category A, meaning that it can handle conditions of Beaufort scale 8 and up. And according to Wikipedia, that's like up to 10-meter waves and like 100-kilometer winds. So yeah, it can.
Oh my God.
I mean, these new boats are just amazing.
Oh wow.
Another cool thing for us is that we found out you can actually go and buy a brand new boat from your local dealer and get everything that you would buying a new boat in your own country. You can registration, insurance, compliance, specs, all that sort of stuff, but you can pick it up in the factory, meaning that you pay factory prices, and not to mention 100 other things that we don't even know about when it comes to buying a boat. And because this is not the first time these guys are doing this, they offer tons of advice and pretty much can organize everything and anything when it comes to picking that boat up from the factory. I think it's much better than picking it up from some second-hand boat broker in some strange country where you don't even know the laws. You don't even know if how to. Okay, great. I signed a paper. Is it my boat? Is it whose boat is it now? Like,
yeah, totally agree.
it's just it's too much money to pay and risk.
Too risky, yeah.
Especially when you're beginners like what we are.
Step number 3. Decide when should you buy the boat.
Well, this is a funny one. So you obviously want to pick up the boat just before summer, but that not necessarily mean that you have to buy the boat just before summer. So the best time to buy the boat actually is in the middle of this European summer. That's when the factories are the most generous with their discounts, most generous with their inclusions, and that's when you'll pick up the best deal. But then you can still pick it up before summer and sail the Mediterranean before you even embark on a sail around the world. And let me tell you, Mediterranean is something.
Thanks for watching, everyone. That's it for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to be notified of the next episode, where we'll give you a tour of our boat and we'll talk about options and everything else we need to get before we set sail into the sunset.